I'm in my trapper shack, my cameraman Dalton. We're gonna give you a video on my thoughts on traps and what types of traps I use and all that stuff. Okay, so the first trap that I use quite a bit is the Victor single long spring #1. It's a good little trap all around. I catch mink, muskrat. I've caught coons, good sized coons in them. I use this nut trap for mink, muskrat, coon. Sometimes I'll catch a possum every once in a while. Now the next trap is the Bridger #1.5 dog trap. I use this for, sometimes I'll get a fox. I'll use it for fox, coyote. If I don't have #2s, I'll use this for coyote, fox. I mostly use it for coon, possum, and skunks. Now I've got Bridger #2. This is the dog version. Bridger #2. These are really rusty because I used them for one season without. I didn't dye my wax, and I plan on doing it eventually. Now I've got the Bridger Dogless #2 four coiled offset laminated jaws. Now every single one of my traps except the Victor #1s are offset. Last year I used just regular jaws, but I didn't agree with them. I had one coon get into a trap and it cut its foot off when it came up out of the ground. It was a Duke #2 4 coiled. And then I've got a Duke 1.5 coil spring offset, just little trap. Use it for everything except coyotes. Now these are the traps I mainly use. I use Duke 110 conibears for mink, muskrat. I'll catch coons in them too. Now these I will not put in like a trail set for coons, but what I will put in a trail set is I'm gonna get some Duke 160s for coon trail set, but this is a Duke 330. Use it for beavers. Got my first beaver in it, 45-pound giant beaver. I'll show you the pelt at the end of the video. And then I use the Victor double long spring #4s, and whatever this trap is, I have no clue where it came from, what it is. My grandfather gave it to me when I first started out. Some other traps I use are Victor #1.5 single long springs. Okay, so brand of trap. The two main brand of traps I use are Dukes, Bridger. The three main traps that I use are Dukes, Bridgers, and Victors. Now, people complain about the Duke trap because they're cheaply built, they bend easy, they don't have the strength springs like the Bridgers do. Honestly, people that put these traps down are a bunch of idiots. I love this trap. This is a trap that I started out with. I've caught coons, everything in it. I have had no problems with these traps whatsoever. Some people put them down because they get up to the Sleepy Creeks, and those Sleepy Creeks, they are expensive. You get up into the #2s, maybe sometimes 1.5s. You get into $8, $9 traps. Last time I checked, when I bought these traps, this Duke was $6.25 for a trap. I bought half a dozen of them. It was like 54.75, something like that. So that's the first strap. I just did some modifications on it, nothing major. Put my tag on it. Put it back in there. Like I said, people put down the Duke traps. I don't. I love Duke traps. They're cheap. They're made fine. Well, this is the Duke 110 Conibear. I use this all the time for a lot of stuff. There's not really any negatives. Well, the one negative is that sometimes these traps won't fire. I've had a mink swim through one of these traps, and I don't know what happened. The trigger. What I'm thinking is when I set the trap, the trigger, the dog slipped off the trigger somehow when I set it or something, and just went onto the bar, and the mink swam through it, and it just didn't go off. But that was my mistake, wasn't the trap.
What is that?
Starling. No. This.
No.
This is the Bridger number 2 4-coiled dogless. This trap, as you see it, is not stock. When I bought it from the trap dealer, he had laminated the jaws, put the 4 coils on it. Now when I got these traps, the pan sat high. I don't like pan sitting high, so what I went and did is all you gotta do is loosen this bolt and then tap this in until this part is just past flush with that part is just past flush with this part. And tighten the bolt back up. That worked good. And then I don't like how far the pan travel is, so I just took a flat file. I filed the stock down about halfway and then put a new night latch in it. Now I've got the Bridger number 2 dog trap. Yet nothing wrong with this trap. I love this trap. I use it for everything. The Bridger number 4, or the Bridger number 2, 4-coiled. I caught a bobcat in this year. It's the first bobcat I ever caught, and held on to it nice. Nice ankle catch, just above the pad. Nice trap. Another 1.5 I use is the Bridger. I just got 2 of these just to experiment with them. I'm going to buy more of them. Good little trap all around, just like the Dukes. And then the Vicker. It's a good trap. I use it for mink, muskrat, and sometimes coon. I'll get a coon in it every once in a while. I like this trap because it's extremely light. And I bought, I think, half a dozen of them at my trapping store, and I only paid like 20 bucks. Not even, probably like 15 bucks for the half a dozen. Then I've got over here, I got 330. I love the Duke 330. Another trap I just picked up from a family member for like $1, $2 pieces. Vector single long spring 1.5. Trap works fine, nothing wrong with it. So that concludes this video. Whenever I get time from off work and stuff, I'll come up. I'll get another video up for you guys. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.